On international duty, there are every single domestic football fan dreads 3 international breaks through September, October and November, where every single Premier League fan, every single EFL fan probably as well, with the amount of international players these days, is just sat there touching wood, praying, wearing everything that you think could just be the omen maker and actually get your players through without getting injured. Unfortunately for Arsenal, right when the fixtures are piling up, they have lost a huge name. Gabriel injured for Brazil in their win over Senegal yesterday. 2-0 victory for Brazil. Ancelotti's team going great guns and, well, not great guns, but still comfortably in the World Cup. And a good win for them yesterday. But the main story coming from it is that of Gabriel being out and injured. It is a groin injury. The severity of it is obviously going to come when the scans are made, but the report on this, I'm going to get into the report on what the severity of it is from what's been said so far. But Arsenal fans, get into the comment section. Are you concerned? Liverpool, Manchester City, has this opened up an opportunity for you? The disruption after a draw before the international break, then losing one of their key defenders. Is this now time for Arsenal fans to start worrying that it might be happening again? And you know what I mean by that. Are we about to see the Arsenal brigade? Oh, God, that ruined it for me then. I can't believe I balls that up there. But you know what I mean. The bottle brigade are back for Arsenal. I don't know. Look, I'm not saying that Arsenal are not going to be able to cope with this. Obviously, they've got plenty of players. They've brought in Mosquera, obviously, this summer as well. So they've got cover. But you're not Gabriel. This man is a leader. He is an absolute slime ball. I bet you're wondering what I mean by that as well. You just bigged him up saying he's a leader. But as an opposition fan, he's one of them players that you want on your side that you hate if he's not on your side. And that's the type of player you always know is the difference maker. If the opposition fans hate him, and which I do, I think he's a right little shithouse merchant. Sorry for swearing on a Sunday morning, but it's the best way I can describe that type of player. Gabriel is one of them players, isn't he? He really is. And you would take him in your side. He's massive for Arsenal, I think. A gulp of coffee there quickly before we get into the breakdown of this injury. But Physio Scout has actually broke this down online as to the analysis of this injury. So this is the severity and where we're at with this. And this is what he has said on the Gabriel injury. Gabriel pulled up for Brazil during the defensive transition run, grabbing at his abductor groin area. Anyone who doesn't know the abductor and the groin, well, yeah, it's very close to the danger zone. Let's just call it that. With groins and hamstring injuries closer up to the hip proximal are genuinely more concerning than those further down the muscle. So the higher up to the groin area, to the danger zone as we call it, the worse the injury is. Most groin problems end up being minor with players back within 1 to 3 weeks, but the fact that he's feeling it's higher up makes it more cautious here and raises the risk of grade 2 plus injury. The North London derby's coming up. He's definitely missing that by the sounds of it. Potential recovery times for the groin injury. So grade 1 would be 1 to 3 weeks, day to day. Grade 2 is 3 to 6 weeks, so you're looking just under 2 months. And then grade 3, which is the concerning one, which is the higher up towards the danger zone, as we call it, that is 8 weeks plus potentially. So hitting the 3-month sort of mark. So Gabriel potentially could be out till late end of February if this report is right. Now, obviously, it's still young enough, recovery times, everything like that, but the report goes on to state still a range of different possibilities in terms of timelines, but scans will be necessary to determine the length of time he's out for. Carlo Ancelotti confirmed Gabriel suffered an abductor injury. He'll be checked over by the medical staff tomorrow. I've had abductor injuries. Oh my God. They are horrendous to deal. Honestly, it feels like it's just the actual link to every other muscle in your leg. It's crap. And yeah, you can't do anything with it. You really can't. It's the worst part of the groin, and I say I've had treatment there myself before. I know this from my powerlifting days, and it is horrendous to get treatment on as well. It is so awkward. It's embarrassing as well, obviously, because, like I said, it's right next to the danger zone, and you, yeah, it's not a situation you want to be in, but yeah, very very difficult. But the aftermath of this and what this could actually do is what we're looking at now. And Arsenal's season, like, there are moments in seasons that you look at and you go, right, that was it there, wasn't it? That Robbie goal against Sunderland, Arteta trying to play all defensive and see out a result, getting it wrong instead of going for the kill. That moment there, into international break on a bit of a low, and then you come back from international break and your best defender is out. Now, you could argue Saliba is the best. I don't think he is. I think this season Gabriel's been an absolute beast for Arsenal. Has been massive. And to lose him, now the scan is going to determine how long, obviously, like we said. But that moment, and you're just like, oh, right before the North London derby as well. And you're thinking, is this going to start creeping in now? This is where Arteta's going to earn his corn at Arsenal, because now he's going to have to get into the psyche of the players. He's going to have to say, it doesn't matter. Mosquera's bought in. This is why we've invested so much in the summer transfer window. This is why we have done what we have done there, and we're okay. We've got more than enough cover. It's still not Gabriel, though, is it? And that's what Arsenal are up against now. So I do think that this is going to be one that's going to worry Arsenal fans. And it's like, for instance, losing Declan Rice, I think, for Arsenal's midfield. This is that version in defence, I think. If you want to lose a player, if there was one player you didn't want to lose, there'd be a category of players at every single club. There'd be certain players in positions you won't lose. Like for City, if they lose Haaland. It's like for Liverpool, if they, for instance, lost, like you could say, bleeding Van Dijk right now. And it's there at every single club. You can't afford to have these players missing. Gabriel's one of them players. He's a big one. And I think it will have an effect on them. And I think it will affect their season. I mean, if you're going up against an Arsenal side without him, and you know what Arsenal like on these set pieces, he's always the one that gets onto something on these set pieces, and he's earned them serious points this season, Arsenal. So not having him, you're obviously a lot more comfortable and confident than going into that game. And it just so happens the next game is, of course, the North London derby for Arsenal. And what can you say? I would be feeling a lot better about it if I was a Tottenham fan now leading into that game anyway. Look how long Cole Palmer has been out for Chelsea, says Tim. Signed Gabriel before he went to Arsenal. Would have been a great signing for Man United. It would. Casemiro's goal yesterday, pure class in that same game. Yes, a good game for Man United, that Brazil game, not for Arsenal. Both Casemiro and Cunha featuring and playing well. And, of course, Arsenal on the back end. Gabriel needs respect. He worked hard for it. I didn't think it looked that bad when he limped off. I think when you're looking at it here, it's, again, the moment more than the injury and the games that are coming up. You cannot afford to drop points in the title race. And every single player, it's like for Manchester United right now, who would I say? This would be like a Brian Mbeumo missing out of our side. Such a key figure. And I think other teams will take confidence off this. And do you know what? If Arsenal get through this, no matter how long Gabriel's out for, look, maybe it won't be that serious. Maybe it is just a 1 to 3 week groin injury, abductor. Look, I know the injury myself, and I know how much it caused me a problem in movement and things like this. I just look at it and go, yeah, it's how Arsenal recover from it. If Arsenal get through this, then I think that will be the biggest sign yet. So I can always say that this is encouraging for their opposition. I could always say that Liverpool, Man City will be looking at this and be going, this is our chance of rubbing their hands together. But this also could be the moment where Arsenal get through it, and this is the biggest kickstart. And it could reverse the other way. It could work for Arsenal. Look, that is always a chance. But we know what Arsenal are like, and we know what Arsenal have done before in terms of their moments, how they react to them, and the drop-off. They're known as the bottle jobs, aren't they? Look, I've done many shows, and I've said pros and cons for Arsenal and against Arsenal. I've done it many a times. They've come back and they've shut me up. They've proved me right at times when the bottle side of things. I'm waiting to see what happens with this one. This is going to be an interesting one to keep an eye on because I do think that Arsenal will be a weaker side without Gabriel. So if they get through this, credit to them is what I'll say. I'm not completely certain that they are going to be able to handle it, though. Let's get some comments in, everybody, and give me your thoughts on this one. Regarding the Arsenal situation, do you reckon they can actually hold out without main players? The last 2 or 3 seasons, Arsenal have had either Gabriel or Saliba missing with injuries, and it's cost them. Proof is in the pudding, you could say, really. It's the point there that Tim is trying to make. Is the Spanish fella injured 2 week they brought in? Actually, do you know what? Let's have a quick look at... because that's Mosquera that I'm talking about. I didn't know that he was... I didn't know that he was injured or not. All right. Let's see what we've got. Injury-wise for Arsenal. Right, I've got the updated sheet in front of me here. So, Gabriel ruled out completely. That's Jesus, sorry, not Gabriel. Right, so just scrolling down. Yeah, he's on there right now, currently being assessed. Madueke is out for them. Gyökeres, Martinelli, Havertz, Odegaard, obviously, and Gabriel. No, he's not injured, mates. He's not. So Mosquera is back and available, which is what we thought would be the case anyway. And he would step in. This is why Arsenal spent what they did in the summer. It's these moments that they're going to have to get over if they're going to win the league. And do you know what? In a way, looking at this is credit to Arsenal and Arteta. And I don't often give them many compliments, but in the summer they went out and they had a good transfer window, and they should be able to cope with this. I mean, this is it. This is that moment. You've had a bad result, you've gone through into the international break, and then you've lost one of your best players through injury. If you get over that, they're the signs of champions, I think, them moments. And this is what we're waiting for now. Super chat in from Ray. Thank you very much, Ray. Nobody know until people come back. If they want to be champions, they must overcome this Gabriel injury. Dead right, Ray. Dead right. They need to overcome it. They need to be able to handle the adversity of losing players. Look, they've got over the Odegaard factor. That's gone. The striker situation, they dealt with that. They brought in Gyökeres, who's got a good injury record. Both Kai Havertz and Gabriel Jesus out for Arsenal now again. So it's like they could have gone in and thought, we can't have the same injuries again, surely. We're not going to be in the same boat. Lightning can't strike twice. Both Havertz and Jesus out straight away. It's a good job that they invested in to Victor Gyökeres in this season, because I think we would have been looking at the same problem. They brought in extra attacking threats out wide, and out goes Martinelli, injured. Out goes Madueke, injured. So, yeah, you have to look at it and say they are already dealing with it in other areas of the pitch. So now we're looking at the big one of the big defenders going down. Can they handle it? That's what we're up against. But if they get through this spell, I think the title is theirs. I think this is their big test now coming in, because they've got big games coming up now over the next couple of months. And I reckon by the end of January, we're going to know exactly who is going to be the main contenders for the title. I think it will be between, looking at it now, I'm going to have to say City are in this because Haaland is fit and available. So he's there and he's playing, because without him, they're crap. So I do believe that City are in it. If Haaland stays fit, City can win the league. And Arsenal, I think, get through this next couple of months. If they get through December and January and they're still top, Arsenal will win the league. I don't think they'll bottle it this time. It's a big shout, innit? I know, because I've just been playing them down. But like I said, I think you could, if you reverse it, this could be the moment for Arsenal where they actually do come to the fore and actually show that they have got the best squad in the Premier League. I just mentioned the names there. Jesus, Martinelli, Havertz, Madueke, Odegaard. Now, Gabriel out injured as well. There is a serious injury list at Arsenal there when you look at it, and they still look like they've got loads of depth. Eza is there as well to cover. Obviously, Saka coming back from injury is a big one for them as well. And buying in the likes of Mascara and Gyökeres this summer have really helped them out, because Mascara's going to come in for Gabriel now, and Gyökeres is holding that position there, what really killed Arsenal last season, and not having that out-and-out striker. So, really, we tried to convince ourselves that Arsenal might actually bottle this, but there is a chance here that we've talked ourselves into a position where Arsenal could prove to everybody as well that they can handle this and turn it around. But I think that Gabriel is just one of them influential leader type players that they might miss in their side. I think that's what we're looking at here, and then the severity of that, I think, is more important rather than the quality of the player. I think it's the leadership quality of it. I hate the fact that Arsenal keep letting Liverpool and City take the title. I don't hold grudges, but I'm starting to hold one, says Man United Planet. It's about time, isn't it? It has to be this year for Arteta. Otherwise, I don't see him ever winning it again or having a chance to win it again. Can you get rid of a manager who consistently challenges for the title but never wins it? That's an interesting question. Can you get rid of Arteta? It's crazy, because coming from a Man United fan's perspective, you're looking at that would be great right now, just continuously, consistently competing for the major trophies, Champions League, Premier League. You can't sack a manager like that, can you? But then again, if you're a big club, is that your ambition? Because if that was a Barcelona, if that was a Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, these types of teams, Arteta would have been sacked. The amount of money that he's spent, the amount of time he's been challenging and not got this team over the line, he would have been sacked. And you know he would. Is that why Arsenal are not, and does that prove that Arsenal are not a big club, though? It's another one. You could say it's another jab at Arsenal there, but you know what I mean, don't you? The Premier League, though, to be fair, is the toughest league in the world, and it's harder to consistently compete. It's not like Spain and Germany, no disrespect to them countries and their leagues. They're not as competitive and as dangerous as what the Premier League is. Nowhere near it, to be honest. There is gimme games in them leagues where there isn't in the Premier League, I feel anyway. Just my opinion on that. But I think that is probably why you have to look at the managerial situations at clubs in the Premier League and judge them completely differently to them other big clubs. Because you're expected to be there because it is easier to be there at Barcelona and Real Madrid. You're competing. And because the league is so soft in areas, not all over, there's some good teams in both of them leagues, don't get me wrong, but because it is so soft, I think their expectations are higher. You have to be winning. If you're competing against one or two teams in the league and not 4 or 5 like the Premier League, then you should be getting them trophies. And I think that's why their managers are held to a higher level of winning than what it is in the Premier League. And I'm just putting Arsenal's situation in there. Eddie Howe got a trophy finally. He's taken Newcastle as far as he can. Mikel Arteta needs a trophy badly this season, and it needs to be a big one. Otherwise, questions are going to be asked. And then how far do you say Arteta can take Arsenal? He's already hit his ceiling, you would say, at this point. A lot of my friends at Arsenal told them only got themselves to blame if they don't win it this season, says Peter. Arsenal squad is so stacked, they have to win something. I think that is the general consensus. 13 titles and not a big club. I think that's someone replying to someone else. Having a go. Yeah, opposition fans arguing amongst each other in the chat, it would seem. Van Gaal got stacked at celebrating winning an FA Cup. Got sacked after winning and celebrating an FA Cup. Yep, but that's Man United. Is that the difference? And back then, Man United were, let's just say, back then on the Van Gaal days, there were still hopes that Man United could compete for the title again. And that's what we all thought Manchester United should be doing. But fast forward another, 7 or 8 years from there, and United are, we're just now looking at trying to qualify for the Europa League It's like standards have dropped. The rebuild for Man United is massive. But I think 5 years worth, nearly $1 billion spent by Mikel Arteta, you'd expect a trophy. And I think that's what he should be judged on now after this season anyway. I do think he will. I like that comment, loading. I know. And that's a Liverpool fan talking to a United fan with Arsenal in the background right there, if ever there was. Quickly want to move the conversation on again. England people, us England fans, in the chat, who is your favourite right now, by the way, for the World Cup? Is anyone standing out? I mean, I'm looking at the bigger teams. I'm thinking Brazil don't look fantastic. Yeah, good win against Senegal, but not fantastic. I don't rate any of the African sides. Germany don't look up to much. Spain are probably the ones. France, great goal by Ekitike yesterday. I don't know if anyone's seen that. Fantastic goal for France. France look okay. Portugal hit and miss. Ronaldo, what's going on there? Again, I've not watched all of the game. I don't want to because this international break completely flattened me because everything is just getting into gear. And it's the last one. All I can think about is the international break ending right now. But England, talk to me, people. Do we actually have a chance here? Has Tuchel got something going here? 100% record. And England finished their qualifying phase today. By the way, first European country to qualify for the World Cup in double time. Last game today against Albania. Do you think England have got a chance, people? Get into the comments section. Let me know, England fans. And is this the right approach this time? Quick fire contract, 18-month deal for Thomas Tuchel. Come in, win the World Cup and do one. There was also people, did you hear that ridiculous conversation going on online about Thomas Tuchel singing the national anthem? I don't want him to sing the national anthem. He's bleeding German. I tell you what, only in England would you get headlines in the tabloids talking about Thomas Tuchel singing the bleeding national anthem. Shut up. Just stand there, win us the World Cup. I don't care about the national anthem. Let the players sing that. All we want to see is that trophy being picked up for England. And that's it. I don't care about anything else. But who would you pick? Who is your England side, by the way, everybody? And can England win this World Cup? England, Adam, we're winning the World Cup, says Tom. I think England have got a great chance with Tuchel, says Tim. Is it because of Tuchel? Is it because of Tuchel that England are going to win the World Cup? Because we've gone and done something completely different. There's no big long-term project. Thomas Tuchel's come in to just win a trophy. Stay in, short-term. See you later after the World Cup. No matter what happens. If you win it, you're gone. If you lose it, you're gone as well. There's no drama. It doesn't feel like there's the same drama around England because we've done it differently. Is that what everyone else is thinking, or is that just me? I just feel like it's being moulded into a different approach from England, and I don't think it's got the same. I don't think it's got the same sort of like usual England episode about it at all. It seems different. Don't get me wrong. We've gone through qualifications before, haven't we? And we've smashed it as England. It just feels like this time there's this air of sort of like we're just going to go in and just get the job done, quick fire, and then we move on again. There's not been like a big build up to it. I don't think. All of the talk is like who is actually going to play. Who plays in that number 10 role, by the way, for you? That's another question I want to throw to the chat there. I'm going to come to the live comment section now and get into the comments below when the video is finished as well on its live, everybody. But who is your England number 10 attacking position? Who do you play in there? Does Bellingham start, by the way? Something like Morgan Rogers has been doing a good job. And I think Tuchel's going to play it a certain way. Foden came on and did okay. It's going to be interesting to see who he plays today against Albania as well. 8 clean sheets for England is good. That they have a good defence. Good holding midfield as well. Anderson and Rice. Whoa. That is working a treat for England right now, isn't it? And then you've got all of the Rodgers, the Cole Palmer, the Phil Foden, the Jude Bellinghams to all fight for that number 10 role. And then out wide, do you think that it's Marcus Rashford? I think Saka's nailed on. Kane's nailed on. The number 10 is up for grabs, and the left-hand side is up for grabs. I would go with Anthony Gordon, but then again, Rashford's been in better form recently. Crap for England the other day, but better form. I think the midfield, fullbacks, that's going to be interesting. Again, which way you go with that. Reece James in his position. It's a tough one, isn't it? It's a tough one. The midfield is, I think, Elliot Anderson and Declan Rice. Don't you? I think that has to be it. And then your number 10. That's a tough one. Is someone going to miss out of Morgan Rogers, Phil Foden, Cole Palmer and Jude Bellingham? Because they're your 4 options for number 10. And Morgan Rogers has had more game time than anybody out of all of them players for Thomas Tuchel so far. I don't know which way I would go. Obviously, you need your winners. Like, certain times, Morgan Rogers, great. Through qualification, fantastic. But surely, you cannot take Jude Bellingham out of that side. He has to be in there, doesn't he? He's a game changer. In that moment in the World Cup, you need people that are going to do something different. Surely, you can't ignore Cole Palmer. I think Phil Foden's struggling. I do. I think he wants that stable, consistent player in Morgan Rogers, but then he's got game-changing players in Cole Palmer and Jude Bellingham. And I think they're both ahead of Phil Foden. Even though Foden's playing better for City now, I would still prefer to have Cole Palmer there. I think he's just got that big game moment in Cole Palmer, I feel. And that tournament football scenario, I think you need them bigger players as well. You've got Eza to start there as well. Like Eza, Gordon, Rashford. Saka has to start. I think Saka will definitely be there. You got Gerard Bowen for that side as well. Oh my God. England need to be winning this World Cup. There's so much quality in that attack. Watkins to back up the likes of Harry Kane, of course. And then you're looking at the wide players. Good God. If you can't get anything out of Saka, Bowen, Eza, Gordon, Rashford, Madueke probably be fit as well by that point also. You can't get something out of them. Good God. Then your number 10s, like I've just said there. Jude Bellingham, Cole Palmer, Morgan Rogers, Phil Foden. You've got Elliot Anderson and Declan Rice holding that midfield. And then the defence, probably centre-back might be the only area that's up for real debate, really. Or an area of the pitch. But then again, like the comment just said, England have got all of them clean sheets in a row. So you could look at it a few different ways, couldn't you? I can't see France winning it, but France is the level we need to reach. Definitely play Eza to work with Kane and Palmer. Rodgers has been good. We have to have a strong bench. Anderson, Rice, Eza and Saka definitely, says Peter. Portugal will be in with a good shout too. Palmer is a must, but he has to get back playing. Yeah, I think he's really hampered him, hasn't it, that injury, missing out on the last 2 or 3 now, isn't it? He's been out for a while. He's missed the last 2 international breaks, hasn't he, Cole Palmer? That's an interesting one to pick the number 10. Keep your teams coming in. Germany and Brazil are off the pace, but can never be ignored, says Almac. Definitely, mate. Anderson, Rice, Eza, definitely to start. According to Tuchel, Foden, Kane and Bellingham won't play together. Yet they can't play together. He's dead right there, Jeffrey, on that one. He has said that. That's a mad one, isn't it? But then again, you've got a manager there, forward thinking. He's not just going to go along with the general norm that it's been around England. So I've got to look at that as a big positive as well. The fact that he is willing to drop these big name players. And England are playing all right. They've cruised this international qualification for the World Cup. So I'm in a good place with England right now in terms of the way that the team is and the players we've got available and how they're playing for Tuchel. I'm glad the international break's over though. That's it. After this week now, Wednesday, everyone's back and it's full steam ahead Premier League football. The question is, can Arsenal handle the Premier League race with no Gabriel in it? I think they'll be okay, but let's see. This is Arsenal's big test coming up now, everybody. That is it here on Football Talks this morning. Thank you so much if you have joined us on FUTV and on Football Talks today. I'll be back on FUTV later on. It might be a later show again tonight. I'll keep you all updated anyway, so stay tuned to the community section on FUTV. It'll be 6:30 or 7:30, one or the two, later on this evening to finish up the week. And then we go into the build-up towards the Premier League this week. Massive, massive week ahead. Hopefully there's no more injuries. Fingers crossed for every team. But here on Football Talks, that is us done now. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, mods. Thank you, chats. Get your comments in below, everybody. Can England win the World Cup? And will Arsenal win the Premier League? They're the questions I'm going to leave you with. Get into the comments. I'll see you all later. Have a great Sunday, everyone.